is Valdosta State and Delta State. Valdosta State in the higher seed white uniforms, red numbers, red trimming, and DSU. And the Statesman green with the black numbers and the white trimming. And we are underway, and Valdosta State will have the first possession.
Open it up in the man-to-man. Delta State is. A lot of passing cut for Valdosta.
Shaquille Harris off the left wing. This one rolls around and comes off. David Murray goes up to get the rebound, and I think somebody undercut him a little bit, and it didn't take long to get the game's first foul, that's for sure.
Well, and he was trying to block out. He was doing a good job, but the kid was in the air, and he lost his feet coming down.
Jack Madden gets the personal foul. Sparks takes it down on the baseline now as Murray shoots an air ball, and a flat-footed rebound that time for number 33, Ryan Smith, the senior out of Gary, Indiana.
An old UCLA cut, duck in from the weak side.
Nice little look inside.
Yeah, it's as good today as when John Wooden was running it back in the 70s.
He kind of knew what he was doing, didn't he? Sparks, tough shot on the run, got it back, and puts it up and in.
Oh, we remember him from last year.
Yeah, we do.
What a good athlete he is.
6'9" senior from Savannah, Georgia, transfer from Jacksonville. And it's 2-0 Valdosta State. And the Statesman's into the front court now. This is Cornell Knight, and he lost it. And D up on the breakaway, lost it. Rebound by Murray, no. And finally, Smith clears it out of there, and somebody reached in for the Blazers and fouled him. I think it's going to be Murray. Nope, excuse me, it's going to be on Patrick Diop. Jack Madigan, the 6'3" freshman guard out of Williamstown, Australia. He's handling the ball now for the Statesmen. Boy, they really want to get it down low.
Talik, their best offensive player. They're really trying to duck him in on the weak side and get him the ball.
Bring it out on the wing to Weems. Three-pointer by Magnet comes up short. Murray at the other end hits a three.
Shoots the three in transition. Contested well. He just made it, knocked it down.
Murray, a 6'4", 200-pound junior, right here in Birmingham, played at Marion Military. Matter of fact, a couple of players on both teams out of Marion Military. 5-0 VSU. Delta State trying to get an offensive rebound.
Yeah, Ryan Smith had it, and David Murray jumped into him, just trying to deflect it away.
So Murray gets the first foul.
Man-to-man off the baseline for Valdosta.
Second team foul now. And it's thrown in all the way out to Knight. Now into the hands, it goes to Mike Weems. These two 23s are going to post up and fight the whole game, Coach. You can tell, boy, that one rejected out of bounds by Sparks on the effort.
You know, last year we talked about the athleticism of Sparks. Boy, he's not very muscular, but quick and can really jump.
6'9", 195. But he can get up. Knight out of Mobile, Alabama, out of Marion Military that we mentioned. Players on both sides.
Del State can't get one to fall.
0 for 4 on the start. Now they got an opportunity for a break.
Yeah. Wow.
Sparks got a good block, but I think there might have been some body contact.
It had to be because there wasn't any up on the ball. It was all blocked there.
You know, Sparks, even though he's tall and he's not muscular, he can run the floor. Here we go, Coach.
Let's see if he got him. With the body.
Yep.
And generally they don't call that when both both guys are moving to the bucket. When it's clean up top, they don't call a foul with a waist bump.
Knight gets the first point in the game for Delta State. He averages 9.4, 5.8 rebounds. And of course we have our NOAA basketball track again. That was 42 degrees.
And that was going to be 42.
Pretty close.
Yeah, that was excellent.
We'll be talking about that throughout the course of the telecast again.
Right during the timeout that the coach will say, raise your free throws 2%. Probably not.
And your GPA a couple of points too,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
all at the same time.
While you're at it, yeah.
Sparks trying to back his way in. Good defense by DSU. Little fall away three-pointer. Doesn't go.
Goodness.
Look at that rebound.
Oh, goodness. Played a little peekaboo on that pick.
Yes, he did. And a Creon trying to slam it down. He's a transfer from Wichita State. VSU with a 5-2 lead.
Block-to-block pick inside.
Weems, now they get it down to Terry Leak Jr. Have to kick it back out, 8 to shoot. Knight backing his way in. Nice little spin move.
Nice
Boy,
play.
that was sweet.
Yeah. Nice play.
5-4 game. Delta State trails by 1, and the Blazers of Valdosta State into the front court setting up the offense. Sparks.
Oh, yeah.
And he lost it.
Got numbers, 3-on-2.
Nice little stutter step move.
Tough.
Mike Weems. He's out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Iowa Lakes Community College. And Delta State has its first lead of the game.
Boy, he can rise.
Boy, he can.
He can, too.
That was Shaquille Harris. Yep.
Valdosta doesn't run much. They just got to
Nope,
space
they
it
don't.
out and play a lot of one-on-one.
We're going to have our first media timeout. We'll take a break with 14:57 remaining in the first half. It's Delta State 6. Some good athletes, and Delta State, of course, as we mentioned, under Jim Boone, got a lot accomplished in his first season, and Mike Helfer, we've talked so much and seen so many great things he's done with that Valdosta State program.
See 2 seniors on Delta State's starters, and then most of these kids are all back.
Yep. Sparks, a 68% free throw shooter. That one was, I can't see it with Coach, 38. Looks like a 38 degree.
We'll say that one's 40, 39.
Yeah. And one thing I need to add and talk about as well, you know, that has to do with the arc, obviously.
Well, and
still have to shoot it straight.
He's 6'10". Yeah, she's closer to that rim.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still have to shoot it straight. Can't do much about left and right.
Right.
John Carter, the CEO, has been here. We're going to have been featuring exclusively on any type of air the outstanding NOAA basketball. There's Cornell Knight with his first point.
Good-looking player.
Yeah,
Cornell, he's really controlling it out front.
Murray covered up defensively immediately by Magnan. Tried to get it down in the lane and a little bit too tall for Anacreon. Delta State, the 1-point lead and the ball. Both teams have been pretty much man-to-man the entire first half so far.
And both playing hard defensively. The percentages show that too.
Yep.
There he is.
Yeah. That's the guy they want to get it to. Terry Leak Jr. out of Memphis, Tennessee. Marion Military. Averages 17-7 and 8.5 rebounds.
They quit picking it block to block, picked it up the side of the lane, got it to him that way.
Little weave action. And it's going to be an offensive foul called on David Murray.
You going to count the basket?
Let's see.
Basket went. No basket.
Nope, no hoop. There you go, another look, Coach. Well, they got that arc now. That makes a little difference.
I remember you and I calling when they didn't have that arc.
We'll see it again.
Why they jump in? Why don't they jump straight up and down and bank it?
So Delta State gets to possession, leading by 3. DSU 11 and 15, 7 and 11.
Valdosta goes to a 3-2 zone.
Yep, first time we've seen that today.
Yeah, Delta State gets in a 2-front outside. Excuse me, 3 out, 2 men working inside. He shook him down pretty good.
Yes, he did. Knight had it roll off. And I think Valdosta State's going to get it because even though Cornell Knight had some great hustle, he was stepping on the baseline paint. Number 5, Patrick Diop, the junior out of Orlando. He runs the point. Bad exchange, but recovered nicely. Shot clock is down to 10. I'm gonna have to hurry to get something decent.
Steps.
Yep.
He hopped.
Yep. Good defense that time by Delta State. Locked him down. Didn't give him anything easy to look at. (10-7) Delta State. Again, it looks like they're staying in that zone. And they'll be shooting over it. But Weems has 47 threes on the year. Can't hit that one.
Walk.
Sparks got away with a walk. Did a little stop and a jump and a skip. This one blocked away. And a follow-up is in.
Call on leaks. On leak. Yes.
Yeah, the motion for Great American Cookies. I chase my tail all the time. They get me no cookies. How about you?
We're still waiting on the Great American to show up.
Oh, my gosh. Though, those things are, you just take them and put them right on your side.
Just rub them in.
Yeah, rub them in. Sparks at the free throw line. He shoots at 68%. Came up short on that one.
That was about 30. I was going to say 6, yeah.
You're pretty close on that one.
That one almost stuck in his hand, looked like. They're in that 3-2 zone.
Good movement around the perimeter and a great look at a 3. It's kind of hard to play good zone when the opposition moves the ball like that, isn't it, Steve?
It really is. They started on the left side and swung the shooter through, shifted the defense, and then the defense didn't recover on the other side. Got him a good wide open look.
There's Sparks. Boy, I tell you, you're right. He's not physically looking strong, but he's one of those lanky guys that knows how to position himself.
He can play.
Sparks has 5 points already.
Here they are again. They run him through. Swing. Go back to him. Run him through. Keep rotating that thing. Shooter coming out on the other side.
Ten to shoot. Knight, 4 to shoot. Long went on the way, came up short. Had to launch that one from long range, did Knight.
Sparks already got 6 rebounds.
Yep, 8 points.
3 of them on the offensive boards.
Yep. And it's in his hands right now. High elevation on that jumper, but
really
too strong by Harris, Shaquille Harris is 6'1", but he's one of those leapers, quick jumpers.
Running from the other side. Here he comes up on this side. Now, they matched it much better then.
Yes, they did. Shot doesn't go by Zelvin Smith. Got his own rebound.
It's about 3 blocks by Sparks also.
I tell you, he's a intimidating factor in there as much as you can say that.
He's been about the best big man we've seen in 3 ball games.
No question.
Offensively and defensively. He's just timing it. Bam.
Ooh.
It's good to be tall, but he's tall and long.
That's right. Oh, that was a good inbounds play that time. Give the basket to Lloyd Hickinson.
Well executed.
Yes, it was. Hickinson, a 6'6" junior out of Phoenix, Arizona, played last at Southern University in Louisiana. Here's Sparks. 24 in the game is Jeroy Johnson, a 5'8" senior guard out of Pearson, Georgia. And a foul ticketed away from the ball. I think they're going to get Hickinson for
Coach
it.
Boone's saying you let them bang for 25 seconds, and then you cut. Why did you finally decide to cut? I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
And this is the time of the game, of course, you try to judge, you know, the ability to maybe rough a little bit or not. That Sparks getting his first rest. Checking in is number 15, and that's Colin Cook, 6'8" sophomore out of Atlanta. He's trying to post up down low. Delta State by 4, 15-11. Oh.
Got it. Nope.
Ooh, there's a block. Wasn't there in time. Well, that was a case when there was no question where they were going to go with the basketball.
Hickinson's shaking his head saying, I'm not sure what else I could have done there. He was there. The angle was not parallel, but tough call. Plus, he was deep.
Alan Love.
Really deep.
Alan Love put that head down like he was going no matter what. Good defense that time by Smith against Anacreon. That was excellent defense that time by Delta State.
Here he comes, guard through. 33, he needs to be flashing up into that post. Now he picked him. Got it. Oh, he didn't.
Smith had it momentarily off the wing, the long three. Mike Weems. He has shot 38% on threes this year. He has 48 of them on the season. Delta State really stepping it up on D. Here's the steal and the lay-in. He did, didn't he? Jack Magden with the steal. On the other end, Valdosta State started pretty quick, and now they're at 4 of 16.
And the killer is that Delta State, now they hit a big three, but they've gotten a bunch of easy buckets.
That makes that percentage a little better.
Got that layup. Oh, they're not hitting anything.
No, they're not. D up a little bit too strong off the back of the iron on a three-pointer straight away. And Delta State's really run their offense pretty well against this zone.
Been very patient with it. Here's Shooter coming through, coming around.
Whoa, I thought that was coming to you, Coach.
You thought you had one, didn't you?
4 to shoot. And I think that stepped on the baseline. That was Bryce Rowe that's in there, 6'4", freshman out of Madison, Mississippi. So there's a lot of Division II national championship events. You actually took some of it in today. Tell us about it.
Watched some Delta State kids compete for a national championship. That was fun. I saw my first Division II national championship wrestling contest. It was fascinating.
I bet it was.
6 floors, 6 matches going on at one time. And then their indoor track facility is incredible over there. But they didn't start running until late this afternoon. But I got to see them high jump, and it was fun.
I bet it was. Josh Sparks gets the basket for Valdosta State. A lot of happening here in Birmingham this week. Good double team, but good composure by DSU as well, not to throw it away. Up. Put it right out in front of him, and David Murray took it away.
It right in front of him.
Valdosta State trying to get a good shot. Other than Sparks, nobody's had much success scoring, and he has had a lot of success. Boy, I tell you what.
I'm not sure where they'd be without him. He's really playing well.
Man,
that's 12 of their 15 points.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be in big trouble without him.
Just about all their points and half their rebounds. He's doing a great job. Yeah, pumped it out in that right side, kicked it up way above the 45 degrees arc. But that's what you do when you bank it high and soft, and it fell in. Nice play.
And you like to see kids like that use that square, too. You know, I remember growing up, you would see a lot of bank shots.
And I don't know why kids don't do it anymore.
I think you were the one who told me that square is there for a reason.
Well, we used to make them bank it. Yeah. They got into that area and they didn't bank it. We thought it made you 10 or 15% better when you use that glass.
20-15.
The overload, shooter going through. I tell you, they're getting that post guy in there one-on-one a lot.
Yes, they are. Leak Jr. was teased by that open three, and he took it and didn't hit it. And once again, look at Sparks. Man, unbelievable effort.
Look at this pass.
Oh, and a nice pass inside. I tell you, this senior out of Savannah, Georgia.
He is a player.
Ryan Smith gets his first foul. That's 17 fouls now on Delta State. It's going to be 2 shots here. Patrick Diop, 6'3", 190 junior out of Orlando, Florida. Oh, he was walking after that one as soon as he let it go. Out of Indian River Community College. And he's a 73% free throw shooter. I guess that's why he knew it wasn't in.
Yeah.
That one's perfect. And at 46 degrees, straight ahead, our Noah basketball. Great technology that we're using exclusively on the air throughout the tournament to show the arc of the ball, and we're using it on free throws. It's a training tool for a lot of professional teams and college teams are using. Off the wing. Knight can't get it, and only one shot.
Ooh.
Nice little dribble drive, but it wouldn't fall through.
Stepped out of bounds,
yeah. It did.
Boy, hustle, great hustle inside.
Yep.
Patrick Diop, excellent job. They're staying in the 3-2 zone, Valdosta is, because their Delta's Achilles heel always has been not their effort, not their defense, but their ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter. And so they're making Delta. And Delta's had some good looks.
Yes, they have.
And have only knocked, they've knocked 2 down, but somebody's got to make a shot or 2 for them.
So Mike Helfer making that defensive change. No.
Ooh, tough shot.
Yeah, it was. Cornell Knight. But again, he spun away, used his body, and had that little jump hook.
No call.
Wow. A lot of contact, but other than Sparks, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you don't mind doing that anyway. It's a good teammate. But other than Sparks, VSU's been a little wild on everything else offensively.
Yeah, they just they're creating their own stuff.
Yeah, right.
They are. I agree.
Yeah.
I wish you had been wrong so I could have corrected you, but you're right on the money.
Well, the night is still young.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's where you want to get it inside, Coach, and Ryan Smith gets the basket. Good patience against that zone. I'll tell you, Delta State opens up a 24-16 lead. This is a three. There you go.
Took
that
his
was
time
a better
and made
look.
that.
Yeah,
he sure did.
David Murray, he can shoot the threes. That's 56 threes for him on the year. They've got some three-point shooters now.
You know, the thing about Valdosta's zone, that why go zone, make them shoot it. Well, why play your zone so spread? You see how big it is?
Right.
There are huge gaps inside that zone, and Delta's been able the last 3 times down to get it in those gaps.
And this time we had some jousting underneath. Oh, no, a little talking. You were talking about the Division II. The DSU athletes, were they there in wrestling or what sport?
No, just swimming.
Swimming.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I know you all got a fabulous facility.
All the wrestling schools seem to be out west and up north. Not much wrestling in the south. Bunch of Carolina kids there, but that was fascinating to watch, and I would have loved to watch the D2 track. That would have been great. Their facility here in Birmingham is unbelievable.
Yeah, they have really made a lot of headway. You know, the old Legion field has gone downhill, but other than that, everything else has been top drawer. Here goes Sparks, and he did travel. Yeah,
he took that hop.
Yeah, and you know, it hadn't been in his hands much lately either. Seemed like he went a little bit too quick.
Yeah, and when you see that he's got half your points, you might want to get it.
Yeah,
get it to him.
24-19 Delta
spread
State.
That zone is.
Yeah,
you're
right.
Look how big the middle is right there.
And as you said, that if there is an Achilles heel, it's the perimeter shooting. Invite him to shoot it.
Exactly.
You know.
So they're out there guarding the perimeter and letting them get it where they are best, which is inside. See, he got it in the hole there.
Yeah, sure did.
Here he comes back, whack.
Black from behind. Anacreon got the block.
Short. Sparks again.
Yeah, at least he kept it alive. Murray hit a good three from that wing earlier. Now they're going to go to the other side. There's a good look by Shaquille Harris. He's their top three-point shooter, Coach. That's 62 threes for him on the year.
You could tell he's really looking for it. He got a good-looking stroke. That was nice. Still in this 2-3 set. Popped him up.
2 minutes to go in the half. The Delta State lead is down to 2. As Valdosta State's hit a couple of threes.
They're up inside again.
Yep.
Got it.
Nice little bank shot, too, by Madgen.
That's a foul you didn't need.
Yeah, especially because they're in the bonus.
And there's a, let's see, it's 6-2 right now for free throw attempts. It's fixing to be 7 or 8 from Valdosta. Delta State against that zone, living and dying off of jump shots and not getting enough free throws right now. And the way Valdosta's guarding, they're not fouling.
Right.
They're just kind of framing up and hope you miss, you know.
Diop, a 73% free throw shooter, and hits it right on the number and had the right direction, which is important as well.
Yeah, he may make the all-John Carter team.
Transfer from Jacksonville State. Well,
it was a little high.
Yeah, it was. Again, the direction has to be good, too. And it was close to the right arc, but a little bit off left or right, and that to the left back of the rim. 26-23, Delta State.
There's your hello.
Yep, you had it in that position.
This one won't be here long.
Nope.
Tough shot.
Yes, it was a tough shot. Diop took it under a lot of pressure.
When Valdosta gets a chance to run, they don't use the phrase pull it out.
That's right. That's not in the dictionary.
Whack.
That was whacked away.
This Valdosta group, I tell you, to reload the team, they are sure athletic.
Yes, they are. This three off the left wing, too strong from Malik's Jr. Get it out to Sparks. He was off to the left with that 16-footer. And we're under 40 seconds now in the half. And
use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it. We're going to keep it right here. Coach, what the facilities for the D2 might have been one of them.
I think you're exactly right. Yes. Everything you can imagine at a swimming pool, they had it.
Well, you would have to have something like that.
They had it for the Olympics.
I know they had a couple events over here. And
Olympic money may have helped fund it.
Yeah, no question.
Yes.
They got deep pockets. That was
and
a crier in and out.
And it was a full house. And and all those kids are fighting for a national championship. It was great.
It's so terrific. It really, really is.
I loved it.
Sparks has it in his hands. He might have got away with another walk. Looked like he shuffled those feet a bit, but he's able to work a foul out. Well, that's not what you want to do with 2.7 to go if you're on the DSU side of things. It's foul. Well, it's going to be 2 shots anyway, but in the double bonus. And you're fouling a 70% free throw shooter. Of course, he's aggressive, too. It's not like he stands out there. And that one's in there for the big. He actually looks bigger than 6'9" to me. That was at 42 degrees, but on target.
He was 6'9" at 42 degrees.
I mean, look at them. He's got some arms now.
Excellent.
Yep.
41.
Yep.
2 seconds. Don't foul. What a dumb foul. Oh.
Well, they're not in the bonus. That's the only fortunate
okay. He
thing.
had one to give then. Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Because before I knew that looked like a dumb foul. I apologize. That was a good foul.
Long one on the way and goes over.
It'd be bad to miss all those little 15-footers and then hit that one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it sure would. And A.A. Moore is going to try to get a comment from Coach Jim Boone over here. Games here for the tournament. And many, many other folks like Noah Basketball, BBVA Compass, O'Charlie's. A lot of good folks supporting the tournament here in Homewood, Alabama, just in the outskirts of downtown Birmingham. DSU has first possession. Staying in that zone, Coach. Looks like
back in that 3-2 zone. And there they got it right where they want it.
Right in the middle it goes, and Cornell Knight knocks it down. Coach Helfer was talking about his team being very tight early in this game, and like we were talking about, not taking the best shots on certain selections, thinking maybe they're the right shots when they weren't.
Right.
That's a good look, but it's an air ball.
Guess who picked it up?
Yep, Mr. Sparks. And that little jump hook rolls from one side to the other. And the rebound to Jack Magden, as he goes in there from his guard position to pick it up. Looks like they're sagging more back in the zone here, Coach, as they start the second half. Gave a lot of room up in the middle, as you said. There's a pretty good look right in the middle of it there. Didn't get the bounce. And I guess they're going to get Sparks maybe on a foul. Yep.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. That's his second. Out of bounds.
They can't lose him.
No. Oh.
Little incidental contact. Now, did it go off his hands? Apparently not.
Nope. 2 number 5s collided after that basketball.
That could be a country song, you know it?
Yeah.
2 number 5s collided.
On a dark night in Georgia.
Had trouble matching right there.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
are.
really sure how they want to do that. Need that
long arching shot that's off the back of the iron. And again, Coach Helfer said he wanted his team to kind of calm down a little bit, run a little bit better half-court game if they don't have the break. Boy, I tell you, Delta State's playing some defense. There's a good feed inside.
Good pass. Beautiful dish by Harris.
Yep, Ancreon got it. 6'7" senior out of Hollis, New York.
Now they're beginning, I was fixed to say they're mismatched, but they're not mismatched. They're just not guarding it.
Mm-hmm. Off the right side, the three doesn't go.
Just kind of giving them those shots.
Yep. Terry Leak
Which is
Jr.
what you and I talked about, how they
that's their
did
bugaboo.
It again. He got a block that time.
Yeah, he did.
You and I talked, why didn't he pull up and just shoot it? And he blew to the bucket again.
Sure did. Terry Leak Jr. gets his third foul now, Coach. You know, they normally rely on him for scoring. He has 2 points, 3 fouls, and 1 rebound. What is he, 1 for 5?
Right.
He averages 17-7, 8.5 rebounds. Senior out of Memphis. Well, that one pretty flat, that's for sure. We're tied at 28. Valdosta State went to that zone probably after, I think, the second time TV timeout. And that one kicked away. So
Valdosta had 3 guys on that pass. He telegraphed it that bad.
Another deflection. But it goes into the hands of Weems. Did he get the bounce? No.
Close though.
Yep. Jack Madigan tried to get it there. Got it at a good position. That area you were talking about, Steve, that has been pretty much open against that zone.
Well, you can tell what, and you and I talked about it, what Delta State talked about at halftime. All those gaps, being patient, and particularly right now they're attacking the free throw line area, getting the ball in there. They've only converted 1 time, though. They've got to learn and show that they can score there.
Free throw is in.
But they just took the lead.
Yep. 29-28. And that one perfect. Beautiful facility here at Samford University. It's actually located in Homewood as well. Sparks, look at him get after it.
He just plays in another area. He plays a foot above everybody.
Yes, he does.
Yep. And you see how quick he was. When he missed the shot, he went right back up and got it. And the foul was almost on his elbow because he was fully extended above. Watch this right here. Watch him go right back up.
Well, that's what you like to see from as a coach, too, don't you?
Yes, compete.
Yep.
Back up, back up.
Sparks, as I mentioned, I think he's already above his average. Yep, 14. Now he's got 15. He averages 12.7, Coach, 8.8 rebounds.
He's got that already.
Yeah, he does. And that one rattles around and comes out. So it's a 30-29 Delta State advantage. This game has the same feeling we talked about some of the others, that I don't think you're going to see anybody really pull away unless something changes drastically.
Nice play. Ooh. Didn't see that.
Had a little jump stop. And now VSU with a chance to move back in front.
I think the official took the fake that time.
Yep. And again, Mike was talking about the fact that shot selection is why they shot 29% in the first half.
Left.
No way. Yep, that one way off on the left. I think I'd let Mr. Sparks probably touch it on every possession if you don't have a good shot, wouldn't you?
Good things are happening when he has it. You're right.
For whatever reason. Well, Valdosta State stays in that zone. Looks like they are maybe sagging back in a little bit more than they were in the first half. 10 to shoot. Did get it in the middle. Good shot, too. Ryan Smith buries it at Gary, Indiana. That's not what you want. Anacreon way off the mark on that free throw line jumper. 32-29. You see the time and score in our bottom left corner of the screen. Winner of this game will advance to take on Alabama Huntsville.
They got numbers.
And they're running it all the way up there. Oh. Count it. Boy, Patrick Diop got banged and still put it in.
The doo-wop.
Yep.
They had 4 on 2, and he took it the entire length and laid it up.
And we're going to get a media timeout at 15:02. 32-31 our score. Reeves, I'm Don Russell. Glad you joined us for men's action in Delta State and Valdosta State. And at the free throw line trying to cap the old-fashioned three-point play is Patrick Diop,
which will tie the game, and Valdosta's only shooting 29% from the floor.
Yep.
Amazing.
That is the third tie in the game. We've had 3 lead changes. But as you said, shooting that woeful percentage. Evidently, Mike thinks that zone's working because he hadn't budged from it, has he? That one deflected, picked up in the baseline. Ten on the shot clock. Baseline, 13-footer right in there.
Tough shot.
Yeah, Ryan Smith. Good look on the baseline. He's out of Gary, Indiana, as I mentioned, in New Mexico military. DSU has a 2-point lead at 34-32. Just over 14 minutes remaining in regulation. To the baseline. This one rolls around, and I think they're going to get a rebound foul that time. Boy, I tell you, give Smith, I think it was Smith, credit. Maybe it might have been 32. Well, that's Kelvin
it was Smith.
Yep.
Smith did a great job of blocking out.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and then number 23, Anacreon came over the back.
Yeah, he did.
Tough shot.
It is. Oh, that one might have been on the rim.
Yep.
Boy, and I tell you, up off the bench was Jim Boone.
That ball was swept above the. That was deflected and hit above the rim.
Yep, it was, and I guess the only. But it was looked pretty much in that cylinder to me.
Yeah, no question.
And for those of you that don't know, you take the rim around that cylinder and you extend it straight up, right, Coach?
Exactly, to the ceiling. And it definitely wasn't going up.
DSU by 2 and with the ball. Delta State in the green. Valdosta State in the white uniforms. This is the 4 and 5 seeds. Left-handed jumper straight away. Sparks went after it. It was touched last, I guess, by Sparks.
Leak with 4 fouls is just killing them. That's their leading scorer, having to sit on the bench for a long period of time.
Yep, no question.
His deal is as long as we're leading, keep him there. Got a good look.
Sure did. Nope.
Offensive board.
Another 3. That's a good one. Madgen, he's a 38% three-point shooter. By percentages, Madgen and Weems are the guys that should shoot the perimeter shots for threes, or within the arc, of course, as well. Back to a 5-point lead for the Statesmen. And a blocking foul is going to be called inside.
See who it was on.
I think it's Ryan Smith, possibly.
Okay.
Yep. That's 3 on Smith
3
now.
on him. Yep. So the interior people, while they're leading, the interior people are suffering foul-wise as Valdosta continues to dribble drive to the bucket.
Number 5, Patrick Diop. There now has been dubbed by my partner Doo-Wop. We have a doo-wop shop in the Ville. It's a music store.
I love that doo-wop music.
Three out of 5 free throws in the game for Patrick Diop. Puts that one in. That was at 42 degrees. Patrick puts that shot up and kind of leans forward a little bit.
A little extra.
Yeah. And almost got the roll. That was at 46 degrees, but again, it has to be on target. Oh, are they going to get Sparks here? That's 3 now on the big guy. Well, I think if you're Mike Helfer right now, you got to keep him on the floor. What do you think?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
See that Helfer has 9 kids have been playing. They're playing a lot of people.
Yep.
Delta State doesn't. They play
about 7, I guess, right? Or they mix a couple other guys in there.
About 7 is right.
Yeah. They have other 2 that play some. Good look again there, but doesn't go for DSU as Cornell Knight couldn't get it to fall. Head fake by Diop, little teardrop doesn't go. And out of bounds, it'll belong to Delta State. The under 12-minute timeout at 11:47. And the winner of this game will move on and take on Alabama Huntsville, and I guess we'll call the upper bracket semifinal. And our second game tonight, the winner of that between West Florida and UNA, they'll be taking on Christian Brothers in the lower bracket semifinal on the men's side. Working against that zone once again. There you go. Got to hit some threes, and now, Coach, they're starting to do it a little bit. That was number 21, Matt Albritton.
Brought him off the bench just to do that right there, and he did it. Sit there cold for that long, get a look and make it. That's big.
He's a 43% three-point shooter, too. Ooh, and Sparks got hit in the mouth. I think he's counting the chitlets in there.
Well, the poor Valdostas down there, they're shooting 27% from the floor. Getting some good looks. Now, they're not taking much time to get them, but they're getting some good looks and just not making them.
And now Diop has 3 fouls. There it is. We saw it again. Yep. I mean, Josh Sparks, sometimes when that happens, you're kind of afraid to check, you know?
Exactly. They want to go at him because they need to get him in foul trouble. I really thought Ryan Smith would drop his shoulder and go. Being very patient.
Shot clock at 4. Now they're going to have to go. Nice head fake, little runner. Well, look at that rebound by Diop. He went in to get it in a hurry. And Albritton picks it up, but he bounced it on the baseline paint. Shaquille Harris returns to the lineup as they're going to get Diop over there with 3 fouls to sit down by Coach Helfer. Inbound by the Blazers. Nearly stolen away. Here's Sparks with a tough one. Oh, they got him with the charge.
Wow.
That's 4 on him now. Boy, that's still the toughest call. Here we see it, Coach, right here. Wow.
I don't know why they think they need to take that one more step. Why don't they just pull up?
Mm-hmm. James Ancreon is back out on the floor, number 23.
Where their defense and their discipline is doing a really good job for Delta State. Plus, they're shooting at 37. They make one every once in a while, but they're 4 for 14, which is pretty good three-point shooting.
Ancreon is well below his 4.8 average.
Valdosta went back man. He walked.
Yep. And now David Murray's going to check back in. He's probably a little more effective in the man-to-man defense, plus the fact, you know, Sparks now with 4 fouls. And he takes a seat over there. Ancreon backing his way in, fall away, no. And somebody cleared out. I think they're going to ticket David Murray.
David Murray and
now
it's only David's third. He's been out a long time. I thought he opened up and played well early, and then just has been gone a long time.
Now, Coach, Delta State goes to the bonus with 9:40 remaining. And DSU has committed only 4 team fouls in this half. Matt Albritton, 6'5" senior out of Garland, Texas. 66% free throw shooter on the season. And that went off the lip of the rim. Ooh, a little push foul on the rebound. Zelvin Smith now gets his 3rd foul. And that's the 5th DSU foul this half. 3 ties, 3 lead changes. What we've had in this game, Delta State has a 7-point lead. Ooh, that's going to be a push off there, and you better be careful. Better be careful, because Diop didn't like that call at all. First look at, actually Gerard Johnson played a little bit in the first half, 5'8" senior guard out of Pearson, Georgia. That's Knight just taking a lot of time on the perimeter. As Coach mentioned, Valdosta State's gone back to the man-to-man after going to the zone pretty early. A little contact there on that.
The only thing about winding the clock like that is you paint yourself into a corner a little bit. You make yourself shoot it with 3-4 seconds left.
If you don't get a good look, you get a shot like that, right?
Yeah.
And an offensive foul going the other way.
And, you know, 9 minutes into the left. It's 8.5 now. That's a long time to be delaying the ball game.
Sure is.
With a 7-point lead. The old days without the shot clock, you could go funky 4 corners and do it.
That's right.
But it's hard to do now. You got to play. And the scary thing is, if you don't play, you're scared you lose what rhythm you had.
No question.
And they had a good rhythm going.
They did. Yep. And I think a 30-second timeout's going to be taken by Jim Boone. And I know you're kind of a milkshake man, if I remember. They got
pretty regular,
good, pretty good. Couldn't find that old steak and shake, though,
I looked all night last night.
GPS says no go.
Chop.
Loose ball, let's not get any headbutting here. They all go after that loose ball. We saw it last night, Coach, where the scramble for the fumble, as I call it, had a couple players hit their domes together.
It really did. That could have really hurt one of those players.
Here you see, here's that rugby scrub again. Look at them all. You can, once it's on the floor, you can almost do about anything.
But that wasn't bad. He went
you're right.
And tied it up there. He didn't dive on top and make a lick, which is I'm very much against. I think that should be a foul.
7-point lead with 8 minutes to go for Delta State. Jumper short, tipped around. It's going to go out of bounds. Which way?
Valdosta just can't make a bucket.
Yep, sure can't.
Still 8 minutes to go, 7-point difference. Here we go.
There we're back. Out of bounds it goes to the Blazers. Just going to have to start hitting some shots. It's pretty simple. I mean, they're still only down by 7, but really haven't had a run, really, have they?
No, not at all.
No rhythm at all, except when Sparks had a couple early.
Boy, didn't even draw iron.
Man. And it's tipped into Delta State, almost a foul in the backcourt,
They got
too.
numbers here.
Off the back of the iron. David Murray pulls it down. Well, neither one of these teams are going to shoot any shooting awards tonight, that's for sure. But Valdosta State.
But you're looking at Valdosta with 17 wins.
Yeah,
That's a good
I know.
season.
No question. No question about it.
They made some shots on somebody.
Yeah. And again, I think Mike's biggest point for most of these kids, this is a new experience, this tournament action. Boy, I had a chance to see their arena when I was down there. And, it's been there a while, but it's a nice arena when I visited during one of our football games this year. And,
oh, that's not. And the boy's back. Sparks is back.
Yep, got him back in there with
7 minutes to go.
Delta State foul number 34. Lloyd Higginson is forward. Team 6.
Once again, it's so tough when they put it on the floor in traffic like that.
Yep. Hickinson got the foul. There's a good free throw from Anacreon. That was at 44 degrees and in the right direction on our Noah basketball.
Valdosta has shot 18 free throws and Delta State only 5. Big discrepancy, and Valdosta still behind. 24% from the floor. Got them both.
Yep. That one at 42. It's all about the arc. And direction has a lot to do with it, too. You have to make sure it's on target.
Close, close. They got it over.
Yep. 40-35, Delta State. And there's Sparks with another block, and he rips it out of there. Oh, nice feed underneath. Good block as well. Rejected by Ryan Smith.
Oh.
Late whistle coming there.
Didn't see much foul there.
It's going to be against Cornell Knight, and I think this is going to be a shooting foul, too.
The doo-wop put on one of his best moves right there. He drew that.
Eight points. 6 points, 8 rebounds.
He's 1 for 8 from the floor.
Wow. He's a 74% free throw shooter. That one at 46 degrees, right on target.
We used to have some guards that were really marginal shooters, and we'd say, okay, you get to shoot one, and if you make it, you get to shoot another. But if you miss it, that's it for you.
That one a little bit higher at 47 degrees, but again, it was on target. Little pressure, break the press, got a good look and a friendly roll. How about that?
Up on top, good.
That's Mike Weems with the basket. Weems now with 7 points for DSU. 42-35, 6 minutes remaining. Sparks tries to set a pick. Here's Sparks backing his way in, and they're going to get him on a travel. Has good defense that time by Terry Leak Jr. Well, he's just been MIA tonight. What's he got, 2 points?
Yeah, but he's
1 rebound.
That 4 fouls has kept him on the bench.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
he hadn't had the full measure of action that he normally does. But I've heard so many good things about it. I was excited to have let him get some time on the floor, but he's been handcuffed by foul trouble in this game tonight. Knight off the right side, comes up short on that jumper. (42-35). There's a good look.
He believed in himself
Yes,
as he
he
kept
did.
shooting. We were talking about how he was 1 for 8.
Diop makes it a 2-point game. And the winner of our second game will take on Christian Brothers at 7:30 tomorrow. Those are all Central Time here in the Mid-South. (42-40). Delta State's lead is 2. Had 3 ties in the game, 3 lead changes. Those all came in the first half.
That was Terry's. He hadn't had a shot in so long.
Yep.
Popped him into the high post and got him a good look. He just missed. He's 1 for 5.
Got a little perspiration on the floor. There you see on the replay, little stuff needed to be removed, and Delta State turns it over on the inbounds pass. Sparks, and he's fouled by Cornell Knight.
Sparks needed to collect himself and just go straight up.
Yep.
He got into that 1-2 step and really got bailed out because of the foul. 2-point ball game and make that foul. They didn't need the turnover. They ran a little what we call pick-to-picker on the baseline to get the ball inbound, and then that little short, hot pass is hard to catch.
Sparks hits the free throw. He's at that 39 degree on our Noah arc. Here's the play you were talking about, Coach.
Yes, boy, if he could have collected himself and he just gone straight up.
And got them both.
Nice touch. Probably 41 again.
And it's 42 all as far as our game score. Both teams have struggled shooting for the most part. Both teams have worked hard on defense too. There's not been any.
Nice pass.
Yeah, it was. It's one of the better offensive sets. Ryan Smith. Ryan now with 8 points and 7 rebounds for Delta State. He's played well. Try to go backdoor. Sparks is hits the floor. Now the other way on the break.
Very nice.
Mike Weems.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
9 for Weems in the game.
The doo-wop hit 2 in a row.
He sure did. Patrick Diop.
After going 1 for 8, 2 threes, and put them back in the ball. Kept them right there.
Yeah, the Delta State lead is 1.
Just Sparks' mere presence intimidated that shot.
No question about it. This was deflected.
Oh, look at here.
Saved in and a dunk.
Wow.
What is it about never throwing it under your opponent's basket?
Yes.
And Anacreon jams it home. And Valdosta State has its first lead since the first half. 2:40 remaining.
Oh, he missed it.
This one too strong. And a timeout after the rebound.
He didn't want that timeout right there.
We're going to go ahead and get our BB&T play of the game, and I think You know, there's not many things you want to do, but I know you don't throw it under your own basket, and you're going to see it right here. The jam job, BB&T, for the best basketball in town. Brought to you by the best bank in town. Now, Valdosta State, see that once again.
Well, he was trying to throw it off the Valdosta kid's
You're
legs.
right. You're right. It wasn't that he threw it right under the basket.
Where he'd get possession, and you certainly understand that. Would have done better just to throw it over his head backwards.
Really.
But we always know these things in hindsight.
Oh, question about it.
Never make a mistake.
A lot smarter the next day. I figured that out a long time ago.
That's right. And that puts them going up 47-46 with 2:18. And their ball. We're seeing a really limping Ryan Smith come off the floor, and he's a physical presence that Delta State needs inside. Well, let's see who Valdosta goes to. Do they go to the doo-wop, or do they find Mr. Sparks inside?
We'll see on this possession.
They're holding Mr. Sparks out and saying, come get us. Don't think Delta State's going to come.
2 minutes to go in the game. In regulation, 47-46. Valdosta State now under 10. They start to move with it. Here's Sparks, puts it up, and he's hammered. And Cornell Knight's going to get the foul. And that now will bring the under 4 media timeout, and it comes with 1:48 remaining in regulation. Valdosta State Sparks will go to the line when we come back with VSU over D6. Valdosta State leading against Delta State. And going to the free throw line is Josh Sparks,
who's 7 for 10 from the free throw line and leads them with 17 points.
Big 6'9" senior. Well, again, he's not going to win the art contest, but he's got it on target.
Well, this shot takes it. It's so different with Delta State because this shot will take them up 3, and that's a tough assignment for Delta State, 3-point shooting.
They got them both.
Delta State's got to stay with what they do and punch it inside and somebody score. A little runner by 5 would be nice inside.
49-46. Valdosta State with the lead. Good look, don't get it.
Wow.
Had a rebound and lost it right into the hands of David Murray.
Yeah, Lloyd Hickinson had that ball. Now they're going to say, come get us again. We're up 3.
Going to run that clock down to 10 in a minute now remaining on the game clock. Took a bad shot, threw it up there. DSU has the rebound. Down by 3. Don't need a 3 here, do you, Coach?
No, that's not their thing anyhow. Yeah.
Good ball reversal. And a dribble through the lane. Sparks again intimidated the play. And a foul in the backcourt. It's going to be against Madgen.
Boy, they just had 3 or 4 times there. They had to score.
Yep.
They hadn't done it.
Now we'll have to pick our.
And they've been lucky because Valdosta at 27% just really took a bad shot then. Let's see, we thought he had that. And then that foul. Tough foul.
Yep. We'll have to wait and see really who wins this game to pick our player of the game, don't you think?
I think so.
Yep.
Nice touch again. That makes him 7 for 10 from the free throw line. Patrick Diop has done a very good. Offensively, has been that guy they needed.
Exactly.
Shooting 27%.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, somebody bail us out, and he's done it.
And he is a 73% free throw shooter, and that's the guy that you want to have on the line.
Dude.
And now it
puts it 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't waste a whole lot of time here.
No, we got to get it. We got to get something in the air.
Yeah. Wow. And they went back to the zone, didn't they,
denied
Coach?
that big time.
Yep. 3 doesn't go. Sparks kept it alive. Rebound pulled down by Diop.
They have done it.
I think Patrick. What do you think?
As good as
if
he
they
is from
win,
the free throw line.
Yeah,
and that's so tough to have to use 20-something seconds to get a rainbow shot like that up.
Or are we going to go with Sparks?
Oh, we got to choose now?
No, let's wait till we see what happens. Looks like anything can happen in 21 and a half seconds.
Well, offensively in the second half, Diop is no question has been.
Yeah.
the
We'll say with an
difference,
asterisk for right now, pending the outcome of this game. Sparks, of course, was big in the first half. And you're right. Look at that. Not only did Diop score 17.
He had 15 in the first half.
Yes, he did. You're right. But as we mentioned, as big as a factor Sparks was, had it not been for Diop coming up with those 15 second half points, and he also had 6 rebounds in the second half to go along with that.
Oh, and he shorted
that one. Yep. Still a 2-possession game, but you got to get it up.
Got to get a 3 in the air and then call timeout.
That's a 2. And Sparks way up there to get the rebound, and he's fouled with 8 and 9 seconds remaining. Again, I think you got to tip your cap to Mike Helfer. He fought through this thing too.
Yes, without a doubt, yes. You know, this was always a debate for me. Should I put somebody under? I might get a tip in a possession.
Right.
Or just pull them all out of there like they did a while ago. I cannot tell you how many times we've won ball games or saved ball games by getting an offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
And look at Sparks for his 20, 10 of 13 at the line.
See, I didn't get polled on that player. That y'all did that.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Don't give me that. We can always change it. I just think Diop is the guy that came through when they need it. Now they get a 3.
Where were you?
2.4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and you fight till the clock is out, and that's what Coach Boone is doing.
Could make them both. What do you think? Get the big boy in there with him.
Oh, I'm fine for that. I like that better.
I know this is going to be disappointing for Coach Boone. I think we're going to have Noah basketball players of the game. I want to see the big guy standing in there next to AA too. And you know, he kept him alive and throw it all the way down. Here's a 3 on the way. No good. And Valdosta State advances to the semifinals with the win